Hi friends, it is I, host Eric, and his beloved significant other Rachel. Together we are talking with fan people, and we're here to make sure that CJ O'Connell takes his OSHA mandated break. He's been streaming now for like 9 or 10 hours. He needs to stop and get himself a goddamn sandwich, alright? Plus, let me tell you, I love CJ's streams and everything. But after a while, not being the one talking starts to drive me crazy. It's like, God damn it, you're not talking about the right thing.
Hi, Capio. She agrees.
You know, it gets a little frustrating not being able to respond with words and be heard and just have to wait for CJ to get around to the chat.
Yeah.
You know? So, naturally, after Rachel and I had completed our fun and successful plan, which was to make some shorts, we got some whippets, we made shorts, like, while doing whippets, in between whippets, sort of as a reward motivator thing. I think we got some good ones. And also, whippets tend to make me more NI, so we explicitly decided to try to make some shorts that were intended purely to be popular, particularly one, which is there's no C.S. Joseph content. It's only by C.J. O'Connell. He needs to take his OSHA mandated break.
It's OSHA mandated.
He's been streaming for too long.
He'd even accept cereal as a lunch opportunity if he doesn't have sandwich meat.
Right.
Grilled cheese is a good OSHA lunch break food.
Yeah. We were there earlier, then we went and made some stuff, put them up on the short speed. You know, I want to get that shorts channel monetized as quickly as possible. It's at 170 subs now. We've been at it for a couple of weeks, and it's kind of become the primary fixation of mine at the moment. Like, trying to figure out exactly. It's been more like 12 hours. Yeah, CJ.
OSHA says what at?
Where's my OSHA ID?
What's the max you can work without lunch?
12 minutes. You need lunch every 12 minutes. There's one time I was in a boat on the OSHA. That's not the OSHA. That's the ocean emailed anthrax. God. You've gotten it all wrong. You've gotten it all wrong. Well, anyway, like I was saying, Rachel and I made some cool shorts. We made one where Mindy says, "Doesn't it seem like Republicans and Democrats care more about each other than America?" Like, that is just designed to be popular for no other reason than, I mean, it's like, we want to create a Mindy that's the voice of the common person, common wisdom, who's capable and competent, but not really very smart, but right anyway. You know, it's like, I've got this vision for this character that I think America needs. It needs Mindy. She's kind of ditzy, but she's not stupid. But she's not smart, but she's right. And she's competent.
It's a mix of things. And she's a young age, too.
Yeah. And she's voiced by Rachel, who does a much better job of voicing her than I do. When Rachel voices Mindy, those ones have a better chance of being successful than when I voice Mindy. No, you don't need a life preserver in the OSHA. I'm CJ's life preserver. I'm here to make sure he's drinking some chocolate milk, sitting down at a bench-style cafeteria table and that he's chatting briefly with some coworkers
Yes,
about something other than
important.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe about the soccer game on TV last night. Hey, did you see that game last night? He should be saying right now to his coworkers there at CJ O'Connell Industries. Instead, he's trying to pull an Elon Musk. That's too much TE.
What did Elon Musk do?
Oh, you know, he works like 16-hour days every day.
Ah, yeah.
I guess you'd say it's too much Jesse. But, you know, if I'm right in my suspicions that CJ O'Connell's an NE-DOM, then he's SEing exactly the way an NE-DOM feels like SEing, right? I feel like going 12 hours a day for 4 days in a row, and then you won't hear from me for weeks. Then I go 12 hours again. Then, yeah, we'll see. You know, no promises, we'll see. He's much nicer about it than I am. I'm very clear cut. I don't know. He's not yet learned to embrace his, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. As a narrative. He still tries to explain as though he does know what he's going to do. Am I Elon Musk's slave?
Yeah, are we?
I don't feel like Elon Musk's slave. He's never told me to do anything. He's never placed an ownership claim upon my body as far as I know. Except for that one time he stole my kidney.
How dare he? Good thing you have another one.
I know. I got 3. I was lucky.
Wow.
I got an extra one to begin with. Yeah. I was born with a spare.
Spare kidney given to Elon Musk.
Stolen from me
Stolen by Elon Musk. Oh my goodness. What a jerk.
Oh no, the illusion of freedom. Let me tell you, brother, freedom's no illusion. Try being locked in a cage for the entirety of your life. Then you'll agree, freedom's no illusion.
That's why there's OSHA.
I'm pretty sure Elon Musk doesn't own me.
No.
That's why I'm currently filing charges against him with the police department. Hey, I say, he stole my extra kidney. I'd like to press charges. It's worse than a slap. And I didn't even make any jokes about his wife that I can recall at the moment. What's his wife's name again? Dirt or something like that?
Grimes.
Grimes.
I don't think they're together anymore.
Oh. Dirt.
Pretty much. I mean, Grime is dirt.
Why do we ever said that to Elon Musk? What's your wife's name again? Dirt or something?
And then ask him his baby's name. EXI.
Oh, right. XEXIO or whatever. Yeah. Old McDonald had a farm. X4319 or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Too much noise in the data stream, huh? Well, we'll see how our most recent shorts go in the shorts feeds on the shorts channel. It's a truly engaging experiment. It's fun in XAE12. XAE12. Elon Musk, he had a kid. XAE12. And when that kid grew up, he said, "What the fuck you do to me? Why'd you name me this silly name? XAE12."
It's like blanket.
Yeah, blanket. Why did you name me Blanket? We also have a short by Mindy today saying, if I was named Kevin, I'd be so mad at my parents.
Yeah.
Oh, it's XAEA12. My bad. Thank you for correcting yourself there, Bobby.
XAEA12.
XAEA12. XAEA12. Well.
And on his farm he had a kid.
XAEA12. And the kid said, "Wah!"
What?
Why you name me?
Why is my name?
Why did I name this and why did I name that? Why did I name this and why did I name that? XAEA12. Anyway, I'm not going to be satisfied until I see CJ O'Connell here in the chat indicating to me that he has in fact taken his OSHA mandated break. Then I'll be satisfied.
Has anyone informed him?
Is he still talking about Scarface? That's what I think. Because after a certain amount of talking about Scarface, I could hear no further talk about Boogie Nights and Scarface.
Yeah, we were done.
It was just like, okay.
We were done.
If you boogie any more nights, or if you scar any more faces, I am going away to do something else because I've had enough of your talk about these 2 goddamn movies.
You told him?
Move it along already,
though?
mister.
It's OSHA mandated.
Yeah.
Like, there are classes and stuff. And, like, badges involved.
Ooh, the letters A and E are smashed together. It's one of those kind of deals, huh? It's like foreign and fancy. Kind of Latin-ish. It gives them a Latin feel. It's actually X-ray Alpha Echo Alpha 1 2. Why would it be X-ray Alpha Echo Alpha 1 2? Why would that be his name, though? Like, why would they want to name him that? Is it because they like all of those things? Do they like X-rays, alphas, echoes, alphas, 1s and 2s?
They couldn't agree on one of those names. They chose all of them.
It's some sort of homage to science, right?
Yeah.
And use my child's naming as an homage to science is a bad idea. Okay? Don't name your
X-ray.
kid Linus Spaulding, whatever you're Smith. Linus Spaulding Smith. Don't name your kid
Smith.
Albert Einstein Jacobson. Don't name your kid XAE12. Okay? Don't name your kid, again,
Okay.
the Large Hadron Collider. No matter how much you admire science, don't name your kid Large Hadron Collider. Okay? Now I want to name my child Large Hadron Collider. Uh-oh. But you just end up calling it the LHC. LHC, get over here. Dad, please use my full name. Okay. Large Hadron Collider, can you come over here, please?
Large Hadron Collider?
It's a, what do you call it? One of those things that shoots particles super fast in a circle, a particle collider. Call something like that. Particle colliders thing. What is it called? Anybody out there who knows? Yeah. It's a
Particle accelerator.
That's what it's called. A particle accelerator.
Oh.
Yeah, particle accelerator. So anyway, that's what the Large Hadron Collider is a particle accelerator. Let's make these particles go super, super fast. Like, pew! Super fast. And then let's make them crash into each other. Like, pew! That's science.
Yeah. And then have someone name their baby after Particle Accelerator.
Yeah. Particle Accelerator would be a pretty great name for a person, actually. Particle Accelerator Strauss.
Particle Accelerator.
It's kind of hard to say,
Particle Accelerator Strauss.
Particle Accelerator. If your last name were Accelerator, Particle would not be a bad first name for you.
Particle Accelerator. No.
What's your name?
It sounds.
Particle accelerator.
Yeah, you can make it into like a superhuman thing.
Right, well, it's definitely a pickup line. No, my name's actually Particle Accelerator. Yes, I will actually accelerate your particles. Look at my driver's license. See? Particle Accelerator. I shit you not. I mean, you name your kid for some radioactive isotope like californium 12. some particularly deadly radioactive isotope. Thorium 3.
Thorium 3 shall be.
And then she can go through life going, watch out, boys. I'm radioactive. Mandating an OSHA break's a violation of your HIPAA rights? Oh no!
Oh!
And everyone knows that HIPAA rights are the most deadly animals in all of Africa. They cause more deaths than even lions. So I'm concerned that my OSHA mandate may fall victim to the overwhelming force of the HIPAA rights. Especially if we're in the water. If we're on land, I think we've got a better shot. Are we on land? No. If I recall, looking at Chill Oasis, I think there was water in the background.
Yes, there was.
I think at the very least we're at the ocean, so saltwater HIPAA rights may end up slaughtering our whole tribe.
No!
Yeah,
Saltwater HIPAA rights?
Yeah. They're the deadliest fish in the oceans because they're mammals. Okay, so what really inspired me to start live streaming right now was not actually concern for CJ O'Connell. I just thought that would be a funny title. Instead, it was two factors. Factor number one. We were done with all of our weapons. Factor number two. It was time to pull bowls. And when it's time to pull bowls, live streaming feels more fun when I'm pulling plenty of bowls, and it seems like a fun place to be pulling bowls. Because after all, we're all just hanging out, talking about saltwater HIPAAs and particle accelerators. Natural topics for people to engage in.
Particle accelerated with her.
And I promise that except for the periodic reference to these two films, there shall be no discussion of either Boogie Nights nor Scarface during the course of this stream. I can assure you that.
Meow! Meow! What's wrong? Are you just saying hello?
Meow, meow, meow. Don't you meow, meow, meow me, mister. I'm gonna meow, meow, meow you right back.
You don't.
Listen here, show media. Meow, meow, meow. Enough said. Point made, mission accomplished. So, Chris Tyne booking a session enabled us to get his weed. I find it.
Yes. Thank you, Chris.
It turned out to be a good purchase. This is 4 grams of walls. Good price. It's slow smoking, so you don't burn through it real quick. Why is there a statue of Shiva at the Sim base in Switzerland? The goddess Shiva? Well, I mean, what's her metaphorical meaning? I don't know. It probably links in some way to the science they're doing. Yeah, I mean, all scientists, like, Oppenheimer famously said I think it was Oppenheimer who said it, when the Trinity test worked, I am Shiva, destroyer of worlds? Was it? I am become Shiva, destroyer. I don't think it was Shiva though. I think it was another god, another Indian
You might
god.
be right. It might be Shiva.
Might be Shiva.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is that if there is a statue of Shiva, since Oppenheimer said that, probably it would be something of a reference to that. Like, it would be saying, this is the next step in atomic advancement. And there is this sense that, or used to be, I think it's of diminishing concern. That it would cause a...
Yeah, god of destruction and regeneration in the Hindu sacred triad.
Okay, so god of destruction and regeneration, right? Well, what do you think particle accelerators do? They smash particles into as small pieces as they can, which then coalesce again in predictable ways. In other words, they can't stay broken apart like that, really, and they learn things about stuff from that. I don't know. I don't really know what they do. But the point is that the fact that I don't know what they do is not diminishing my point that it makes sense because they're destroying and reconstituting things. Right? Somebody who knows more about particle accelerators, be the expert here, please. Because I don't really know very much about it.
I thought they were fake, so...
You thought particle accelerators were fake?
I thought if someone told me there was a TV show and they were like, get the particle accelerator, I'd be like, oh, someone came up with a snappy name for a machine that does that. But I'm not sure.
No, they're not fake and they're not small either. They require miles and miles and miles of circle tunnel in order to get the particles to go that fast.
Wow.
It's a huge, like 2-mile circle underground tunnel, this CERN
Wow.
is. Yeah. And they have electromagnetics that propel in other words, the particles propel along a continual succession of electromagnetic, each of which are magnetically pushing it faster as it goes around.
Wow.
And then I guess there must be like a separate roadway where they do the same thing in the other direction and then they crash them together or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how they do all that stuff, but
Maybe
the
like
point
two
is,
circles together.
there genuinely is a big 2-mile long circle thing with lots of electronic-y looking stuff all on it in Switzerland. And it purports at least to be a particle accelerator. And is also the source of some wild-eyed conspiracies, I think. But it's also been the source of some non-wild-eyed speculations. There was a long stretch of time where they couldn't get it to work. And there was speculation that the reason they kept encountering all these pitfalls that were preventing it from working was because someone in the future was preventing them from ending all of existence. And this was speculated by like a Harvard scientist or something. But then they finally got it working, and it just turned out to be a bunch of like, because there was a stretch of time when it was like, CERN's about to start again today, until a bunch of birds randomly crashed into this one weird part of it. And then like, they'd get that fixed, they go, okay, now we're going to start again. And then they'd be like, unusual amounts of hail fell in exactly this one spot and destroyed this one thing, and now we have to start again. So there was like a series like weird shit happened like that, right? So people were speculating, well, maybe it's kind of tear a hole in the existence and or basically start a miniature black hole and we're going to all die. But it didn't. We started it and it didn't.
That's great.
Yes, I've seen plenty of episodes of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Not my favorite show, but it was one of the ones that was on a lot when Delilah was a little girl, so yeah, I've seen a lot of episodes of it. Not my least favorite show either, but not my favorite. Pretty dark.
I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen clips, but I can picture the characters in my head, but I've never really seen a full episode, I think.
Mindy's a bitch, but like ultimately good. Like, fine, I'll go save you. So there's that, but I don't know. Okay, so here's a hypothesis. Maybe we're already live in the black hole because of CERN.
True.
If so, the black hole is remarkably similar to the not black hole.
I'm happy to hear that.
You like Billy? You know, it's like I haven't really noticed any dramatic change since we've entered the black hole.
No.
Have you?
No.
So that's good.
Still taking bong rips. Have a little nug right here for when I take a rip in a little bit. I'm hanging out on the couch. It feels good.
Maybe it's because as one nears the event horizon of the black hole, from your own perception, you move infinitely more slowly in time from an outside viewer's perspective. So maybe it's like the world is collapsing into a black hole, but the closer we get to it, the more normal time will seem for everybody, such that all the entirety of existence can be played out on Earth before it actually gets sucked into a black hole, due to the nature of that being observed being observers themselves. This would presuppose an outside observer outside the black hole watching it happen, of course, but there's a notion for you. How do you like notions? Who here likes notions? How can you express FE more naturally after suppressing it for so long? Now it only feels fake and I rely only on TI automatically. But can't help to change it. We get your answer. I mean, like, if you really want to be quote-unquote more FE, I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean you want to present your ideas in ways that are more palatable to people? More inviting to people? To the extent that you can get people to listen to your ideas at all, and do so successfully, you've got to be as inclusive as you can be in presenting those ideas. This is a challenge because the good ideas rarely, if ever, come from committee. But committees need to be credited with ideas for those ideas to be embraced or promoted. So, that's where a little something called introverted intuition comes in. You've got to be snappy, concise, say something with some pah, and hope it hits, you know? The short speed makes me feel optimistic about humanity. You might say, but Eric, doesn't it really just make you feel optimistic about you? And I'd say, yes, that would be a more accurate statement. But more importantly, it makes me feel optimistic about humanity because I feel like I can express a lot in a little, way more than I can express even a little in a lot. And that's weird, but true. If I'm talking about being understood, heard, and having messages have what you'd call large scope of ripple, you know. If you want to broaden the scope of the ripple of true words, then what's really required is NI concision. Any takes on dark matter? I think it deserves all the same rights as white matter. Okay? Don't call me a matterist.
Is Daddy a matterist?
I am not a matterist.
No.
It doesn't matter what color your matter is, you are welcome to sit at the counter at my establishment. Shorts are like a slap in the face. Well, they can be. I mean, they don't have to be a slap in the face. You could have a short that's just like some picture of some flowers blowing in the breeze with that song playing in the background. Do, 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 do. You know that spring song that they always use in cartoons? Anybody know what song that is I'm singing?
Yes, oh no.
Am I ever self-conscious about my short-term memory? No. I'm not, because I live with an INFJ partner whose short-term memory is way worse than mine. As it is in any NI type, really. Except maybe ESTPs. ISTPs, their short-term memory is meh. But INFJs, ENFJs, their short-term memory is shit. My short-term memory is great compared to that. Like, when we went over a line together, that was kind of a longer one, which was, sometimes people say, I mistake the forest for the trees. But aren't forests made out of trees? And it needed to be worded exactly as such. That's great to hear, Michelle. That's great to hear. And we were talking today about how I've decided, sort of, we'll see if I stick with it or not, to move away from edgy stuff a bit, at least in the shorts feed, because there's lots of funny little things, funny little playtime fun you can have with dolls. What does she think about it? What do you think about it, Rachel?
Was your partner in INFJ loop? What she thinks about it? I don't really know what that means.
Okay, well, let me try to answer the first part, because I think I know what you're asking, which is something about her process of learning the line. No, we were best suited when we just wrote down the line. Then she didn't have to use SI. She was able to act more freely because she was acting on what she read, you know? And whereas you could see her using SI sometimes and reciting the line if she were asked to memorize it. And then it would take her a few times to get the wording exactly right. If it was a longer sentence, she might switch the order of a couple of words. Mm-hmm. Not really fundamentally switching the meaning of the sentence, but changing the NI correctness of it, ultimately.
It's a little dyslexic.
So
it's much easier for me to read from the paper.
That's a good question, Master Bobby. Leroy, I think you might be talking about Corduroy.
Corduroy's my hero too. But Licky Locky, she's the true hero.
We made a short today. I have some reasonable hopes for it, although I don't think it came out quite perfect. Like, I could have worked harder on it and made it more perfect. It's because of the odd timing of it. Because that fucking song's at 117 BPM. Anyway, I've got Leaky Locky dancing to that song. Yo, so I drink, like as a stop action kind of thing. Although, of course, it's not actually stop action. Each of the clips is a clip of video. But because nothing's happening in the video, it works like stop action, you know? Although sometimes, like, you can see Mindy's hair blowing in the wind in a couple of the shorts with Mindy that are coming up. And I've started to schedule them for 3 hours apart. 1 hour apart, YouTube sees you as flooding them too much, and so I'm done with 1 hour apart. 2 hours apart, I'm not sure. 3 hours apart, I'm not sure. 4 hours apart, we actually worked quite well, it seemed like, for 4 hours apart. So I'm going to try 3 hours apart, and we'll see how that plays out. We're going to try to keep ahead of it so that there aren't many breaks like there was today. There was a break where there weren't any shorts published for, like, I don't know, 7 hours or something like that. I want to keep them steady so that I can get a better sense of patterns in the data. And it's like, it feels like you can get on top of patterns in the data with shorts than you can't with other stuff. Or you can, but it's not as... It just feels like shorts have a higher ceiling, too. I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of kids in the world. My stuff isn't designated made for kids, But that doesn't mean it can't be kid friendly, and it doesn't mean that kids won't like it or watch it, and it doesn't mean that YouTube can't identify it as good for kids anyway or something. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should get rid of all the edgy stuff on the channel and make it just a kids channel. It might be more successful as just a kids shorts channel. What do you think?
I don't know. That's tough. Because I would say that the amount of young kids watching YouTube is probably very high.
I mean, the number one YouTube channel is a kids channel. Yeah, but if, the thing is, I can make lots of silly jokes with dolls that are clearly fine for children. I don't know. I don't want to switch horses midstream here of this experiment. I hadn't really thought about that before, but it is true. Well, like Tech Realm said, let's just believe it. Put it this way: Tech Realm said the future winners of most biggest YouTube channels are all going to be kids channels, because there's so many fewer of them competing for an equivalent amount of audience. Which makes sense to me. But that's what he said. So I believe it, but that's just, I don't really have any good reason other than that to believe it. What mystery? Okay, Eli, first of all, thank you for the way you put this question. I really like this question. He says, what mystery do you wish to be solved before you die? Assuming you will die, I doubt you will, but nevertheless, thank you for adding that disclaimer there, because I really appreciate that. I agree, let's not jump to conclusions. About me, so-called dying. I'm not sure I believe in it yet. Okay, what mystery do I want to see solved? Ooh, that's a tricky question. That's an interesting question. Solved would mean there'd have to be some sort of physical discovery that would resolve some open question. So,
I have my phone.
It's an especially difficult question to answer because
Thank you.
it presumes you've got a set of options which there's one clear answer to that okay, well, so that missing Malaysian plane, right? I'm unsatisfied with the amount of evidence that has been recovered that its disappearance has been explained in any meaningful sense. Which is to say, I'm not that I have any reason to doubt it, but I don't feel as though there's sufficient evidence for me to affirm the claim that that plane crashed in the ocean. I certainly don't have any reason to affirm any alternate claim, but I'm just saying that I don't think the amount of evidence heretofore gathered, debris from the plane, and the linkages of said debris to said plane comprises an adequate amount of evidence to meet my burden of proof for definitively claiming that that plane crashed into the ocean. So, would I like to have that mystery solved? Yeah, that one comes to mind as a mystery that I still think of as unsolved, that could be solved either way, right? Like, they could find the fucking fuselage of the plane with a bunch of skeletons at the bottom of the ocean and pull it up, and then there'd be no doubt, right? Nobody could dispute it. Or they could find a few remaining survivors on an island one day waving and going, here we are, right? or we could never know anything more about it. So it's the sort of thing that comes to mind as a mystery that could be solved, that I'd be interested in knowing what the answer to it is, that I'm skeptical that it's been solved, even though plenty of people probably currently say it has already been solved. As far as mysteries that everybody agrees have not been solved, well, there's this. I'd like to know the details. I think it's sort of. I see this one as being more solved. Evelyn, as we're talking about mystery that we'd like to see solved before we die, assuming we're going to die, let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? But I mentioned that Malaysian plane that went missing and the debris that, to my mind, the amount of debris found and other proof that it crashed into the ocean is insufficient for me to definitively affirm the claim that it did and feel as though my burden of proof has been met. Shuffler C4, I will answer your question. Ignore Boba Fett, he's just being a dick. Well, I think probably ISFJs would be able to learn how to use it well. And ISFJs would actually learn how to use it. INTPs would countervalue the NI too much. ESTPs would fourth slot the NI too much. They don't know how to use it as an action function properly because it's not aligned with intuition, it's aligned with sensing. ISTPs don't have enough extroverted intuition to see past what their first obvious conclusion is. Same with ISFPs. ESFPs are pretty good at it, it turns out. Amy is quite good at it. But it's because she knows her own weaknesses, acknowledges them, and her weaknesses are ones you can easily deal with. So, like, if you're TI polar, that's one we can actually, like, create a standardized sort of test part for. You don't have to have any intuition to grade someone's TI. You can create a rubric and a meow. So, it's like, in that regard, her polar is not impacted necessarily negatively, doesn't necessarily negatively impact her typing because she can kind of farm out that particular thing that she doesn't understand. I work around mine instead, but she's better enabled than I to deal with her polar because she can farm it out. Now, on the other hand, and also she's got the same NI fourth problem that an ESTP has, but I think that FI means that she's looking at the correct kind of things. So it's like she's NIing other people's F more than their T or something. I don't know. This convoluted explanation is going nowhere. But ESFP seem to be good at it, observationally. At least Amy is. I would say INFPs could be very good at it because they're accustomed to getting rid of their dominant function as a determining factor in making decisions, but they wouldn't like it at all. They don't want to be typologists. Because if you're a typologist, you have to have an intuition that somebody wants to be a meow and then tell them they're not that, but they're a meow. And if you're FI enough, that's not a pleasant experience, you know. They suffer from the same problem that INTPs do as well. Countervaluing NI means they don't really want there to be a single answer and that be the end right there. Why do SI and NI DOMs make good companions for ENTPs? Because who else is going to listen to me yammer on forever? Nobody. Anybody else are going to be like, hey. Shut up with your profundities, will you? I said something that sounded profound earlier today. I had a good laugh about it in the car. You developed an addiction problem? Been sober 2 years and plan on going back this fall. Going back to school or back to drugs? Good for you. Go for it. If it's working, don't stop doing it. If being sober is working for you, keep being sober. As far as school goes, well, I mean, I have my opinions about school, but let's just say they're unconventional opinions about school. Like, well, I mean, increasingly conventional, I guess. The real question is, it's a cost-benefit analysis. How much are you investing into college? How long is it going to take you to get that much equivalent earnings back because of college? And to what extent, and what is the chance that you end up doing something that gets you earnings that doesn't require that college? In which case, is that just wasted money? It kind of depends on what field you're going into, you know? If you're going into penis touching, probably don't need college. Are you going into the field of penis touching? I hear it's quite lucrative. At least for young women, apparently. I'm not sure about for you, but probably. Yeah. College makes sense if you have parents who want to pay for you to go to college. Otherwise, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You're a professional penis toucher. Oh, it does require a bachelor's. Okay, my bad. But master's is preferred. The best penis touchers being, of course, PhDs. They're the only tenured penis touchers. Well, not in Nevada. Not in Nevada, Evelyn. They've got a whole ensemble of women whose job is penis touching. Sounds like your dad growing up? Well, my dad didn't go to homeschooling. My dad was a farm boy who had, it's like, my dad is those kind of stories, but true. Got up at 4 in the morning, milked the cows, walked both ways uphill in school, through the snow, like, that's my dad's childhood. His dad didn't stick around, and he was a man of the family too young, It kind of explains a lot about him. Any good intro to logic or debate textbooks, people and sources in general? Well, Eli, I have just the thing for you, Mr. Man. Just the thing. Boy, are you in for an exciting treat. Tall and thin and young and lovely. Don't sing anymore or else you're going to get copyrighted. Unless you say something in between. The girl from Ipanema goes walking. It's okay. No? Dun, dun, dun. No, don't copyright. Dun, 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 dun. No. Ba-dun. Take that, YouTube algorithm. You're not going to catch that one, I bet. We'll see. We'll see if it catches that or not. Because, that's very copyrighted, that song. What am I looking for? Oh, right. Advanced argumentation. All right. Debate. Argumentational mechanics for strategic debate. Okay, here you go. It's mostly just a syllabus, but you could read it, figure out, I'm sure, what it means with your brain. If you are what you seem to be, with the Z into your P, you could probably figure out what me was thinking when I wrote the thing that you're gonna see when I share the thing, shoot your thing with you now. Oh, wow. Put it here with the Piao.
No.
There you go. What did Bill Murray whisper to Scarlett Johansson in Lost in Translation? Well, in my mind, if he whispered the right thing, it was, be glad you kept the moral high ground. But I have no idea what he whispered. I guess that's why it's that way, right? So that we get to speculate as to what was whispered. If he said exactly the right thing, it was, be glad you kept your moral high ground.
I read in one article that said that he says, don't worry, I'm not gonna, forget about you. I'm gonna get a divorce, and we'll be together again.
Who says he says that?
Someone who analyzed the movie.
I don't like that. That's not good.
I don't agree. I mean...
If he says that, then that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what he said, though. That's the thing. I'm not sure if it's been revealed or not.
Well, here's what I say. I don't want him to have said that.
Yeah, it's two very different takes. That's what I've read.
You have plenty of food.
Yeah! He wants pee-pee.
You can't have her. God. Such a meowy bonchowy.
Yeah.
Why is he so insistent on all this attention? Okay, let's go back to where we were before. So anyway, there's that thing, if you want to look at it. That's a good source of stuff. It is I. I am the one, the only, the true baby pig poop face.
You only look like that because of your makeup artist, Bradley.
Mm-hmm. This light complexion you see is the artistry of my makeup artist, Bradley. Beneath this is a lumpy brown poo. Baby pig poop face. Baby pig poop face. Baby pig poop face. I'm baby pig poop face. I'm a baby, a pig, and I have a poop face. So I'm baby pig poop face. Hello, I'm baby pig poop face.
He's baby big poop face. Baby big poop face.
I'm a baby, I'm a pig, I'm a poop face. That's three. That's three things that I am. A baby poop face man. I'm a baby pig poop face. That's why I'm baby pig poop face. Don't get it out of your mind. Don't let it erase from your head the truth that I said. That I'm a baby pig poop face. Okay? Don't forget it. Let's see how much more beat there is. Well, a little bit more. So, in case you've forgotten, I'm a baby pig poop face. That's a baby, a pig, and a poop face. Underneath this sheen of disgrace is my brown lumpy poop face. Underneath all of this that Bradley does with his makeup makes me look like I'm white like a shake-up. But instead, I'm a poop face. Underneath is brown and lumpy like a big poop face. Cause I am baby pig poop face. Baby pig poop face. This should be ample repetition to inform you what I am and who my name is. Even if you're a slow learner or lame at learning things, you should still by now know what my name is. So if you haven't yet heard or you haven't yet learned, I'm Baby Pig Poop Face. Go in your urn and get your old ashes out and make yourself a body again, and then shout, repeat it to me, cause I still haven't learned. I'll tell you then, okay, former guy from the urn, it's Baby Pig Poop Face. That's my name, it's also my race. I'm Baby Pig Poop Face. It's my name, it's my race, it's my game. I'm Baby Pig Poop Face. There, finally it ended. A little bit long.
I liked it.
A little bit long, you know. But that's what happens when you're just messing around in the beats, and then all of a sudden you decide to, yeah, you know. But you know, that's also what you get when you're Baby Pig Poop Face, I guess.
Yeah. You have to go with the rhyming. You got the beats.
Look, the one reason that we know that humanity, civilization itself, continues to burgeon forward in glorious growth and wonder is that I, Baby Pig Poop Face, am here on the internet declaring myself so, and people are actually listening to me. I mean, why? Nobody knows. Nobody could possibly explain that. So, if that's not as wonderful as the Grand Canyon, I don't know what is. There's a 50-year-old man on YouTube freestyle rapping over and over again that he's Baby Pig Poop Face. And I've had 20 people watching me.
I want to see how many.
That's the miracle of the world right there. Like, how could that ever possibly be true? 14. Okay, 13. Okay, I'm losing you. I get it. Well, the point is still, that's not bad. I mean, you are 12 very weird people.
Yeah. Welcome.
You know, the thing is, there's not anybody else around in your life that can say what you can claim. Well, I spent about 4 minutes today listening to a man repeat over and over again that he's Baby Pig Poop Face.
Yeah, and it was very important. And you know it's important because he kept repeating it.
Yeah, he made it really clear what his name was.
Yeah.
It's like, probably someone would say naturally in response to that, why? Why did you watch that? And your answer would have to be, I don't know.
It popped up on my screen.
It's just what I was watching. It's this guy. B double P. Okay, you know what? Master Bobby? Hey, score one for your NI. I think you might just be right there. B double P. I think you score. I think you just scored one right there for sure. No, you're absolutely right.
I like that.
Consider it added entirely to the equation. It's spot on the money.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not one to deny the brilliance of others. Well, it's been an interesting day. I wonder where my dad is. I'm starting to get a little worried because he's still not home. I could call him again, but see if he's called me again by chance. I've got a 7:30 typing session. Yeah, chicka chow chow. I think I'm gonna call my dad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go straight to voicemail again, of course, but who knows?
Hey, this is James Strauss.
Ooh. For those who have had COVID-19 and have lingering side effects, you can get money. Oh. That should inflate the COVID numbers some. Oh my God, turns out I did have COVID.
Oh yeah, turns out I did too.
My eyebrows are getting sore every morning.
Yeah, every morning. What he
It's a
said.
COVID thing. It's a long COVID thing.
Exactly. It
There's
was a COVID.
sore eyebrows, drooping,
My drip in the drippy nose.
drooping nose, drooping skin here. A general feeling of wanting money from the government is one of the side effects of long COVID. You know,
Oh
it's one of the strongest of the side effects that I'm feeling. There was an article named "Farewell to the Big Bang Theory. Are we living in a black hole?" Well, okay, let's say we are living in a black hole.
Yeah.
Then what are the black holes that we see? Are they black holes inside the black hole? Are they double black holes? Or are they black double holes? That's the question.
What would corduroy say?
What would corduroy say? If you've got a black hole inside of a black hole, is it a black hole? A black hole? Or a black hole? Inquiring minds want to know.
That is a great question.
It's a good question.
It really is.
Dear government, my long COVID symptoms include prolonged being in a black hole. Please give me money. Corduroy. No, that's not the right spelling of it. It's CORDUROY.
Could be in a black hole.
Yeah, they do some shorts for that, people. Dear government, I seem to keep finding myself in a black hole. I'm pretty sure it's long COVID. Can I have some money? That's a good one, yeah. Or like, every night I dream of the Large Hadron Collider. I'm pretty sure it's long COVID. May I have some money, please?
I like the addition of please.
Yeah, I made him up. Why? How did I make him up? I don't know. I just got that guy one time. I guess it's Lando Calrissian, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, this guy's name's Corduroy. He looks like a corduroy.
Yeah.
Then he's an international arms dealer.
I keep forgetting that.
That's his job.
That's why his advice is so important because
He does sound a lot
dealer.
like Foghorn Leghorn. That's true. You got a point there. Corduroy. One of Corduroy's unique qualities is he's got kind of a Foghorn Leghorn voice. It's what makes him so successful as an arms dealer. They go, oh, you can trust him. He sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, no reason to just trust somebody who doesn't. Who doesn't trust somebody who sounds like Foghorn Leghorn? You bother me, kid. Get out of here.
I said.
Yeah, he's like a sexy, suave, 1979 era, Lando Calrissian style, Foghorn Leghorn. He's cross between Foghorn Leghorn and Lando Calrissian. I say, yes, you can land here on my floating city, but no, I will not protect you from the Imperial troops. I'm sorry. You bother me, kid. Get out of here.
That is Lando.
Oh, things are funny when they're funny. Life's funny when I'm not sad. I say, do tell me you've been treating my Millennium Falcon with enough respect. Yeah. It's good stuff. We're going to do later. Maybe we'll do it pretty soon. Cause I'm probably going to wrap up streaming, I think, pretty quick here. But we're going to do later. We're going to do a short of one of the people's going to fall out of the tree. And Mindy, she's going to be like, I think I'm going to lose my grip. And Mindy says, don't worry, I'll catch you. And then the doll falls, right? And then obviously it's going to land on Mindy and knock them over. But I'll cut the clip so that right after it's about to land on Mindy, I'll cut to a clip of her successfully holding it so it looks like she catches it. It's going to be pretty cool. Playing with dolls 101. So anyway, that's called concept art right there. I've got an idea, okay? I've got a profound concept.
Wow.
That one girl catches another girl who falls out of a tree because she's been working out. She's already saved somebody from underneath a boulder, so now she's catching somebody who's falling out of a tree.
I think that it's true. I think that you're an artist and you might be an ISFP.
Maybe I am an ISFP. This whole time.
Mm-hmm.
All I need to do, what we need is some Acme shit. Who said the Acme thing around here? Somebody said something about Acme. We need some stuff with Acme label on it, like Acme Dynamite, Acme
Rocket.
Yeah. Various Acme things. Would be nice to get. Who brought this Acme box of dynamite? The Acme company made such weird things. Made a lot of weird things. A lot of dangerous stuff, really.
Yeah. Is that your dad's car?
Yeah, that's my dad's car. I'm gonna go greet him. I think now's a good time to end the stream. Okay. We'll end it because
I'll go with you.
He's been having car trouble. I'll go find out how that's all about. So.
Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.
Yeah, don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. And if you do, remember you can eat twice as much tomorrow.